sports betting just getting out of control nowadays, it seems like. Tell me a little bit about your association.
Well, so American Gaming Association, our job is to make sure that we're creating an environment where gaming thrives and that we're doing everything that we can, make sure that we're moving the ball forward, protecting consumers, but giving people the opportunities they want. And whether it be, I represent, everything from casinos, commercial casinos like the ones out here, but also tribal casinos across the country, all the people that make slot machines, and then sports betting, which is kind of, one of the things that's most exciting about this week, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's taking off, man. You're betting on everything. Betting on engagements nowadays, Now, do you have a partnership with all of the like Caesars and DraftKings and FanDuel? You kind of oversee that whole operation?
So American AGA, we're a membership organization. So we have members that pay to be part of our organization. And the reason is that, my job is to go out there and kind of evangelize, right? I'm the guy telling, hey, look, as people used to say, oh, gambling's bad, or that if casino comes to your town, it's going to go, the town's going down.
Yeah.
But we got 1,000 casinos in America now.
Absolutely.
And every time we go into those communities, and those communities were the ones that got left behind by, auto industry left, steel industry left.
Absolutely.
And 20 years, they've seen nothing but poverty. We come in, we're creating jobs, paying a lot of money in taxes, and then creating a lot of economic activity that's really good for the people in those communities. And so for me, being able to tell that story on behalf of, DraftKings, FanDuel, MGMs, all these guys, Hard Rock, I love it.
Absolutely, and we're from upstate New York, Rochester to be specific. Governor Kathy Hochul over there. There were, we were supposed to be building the casino in downtown Rochester. Now we have one approximately maybe 40 minutes away in Batavia, and there was some sort of like a conflict of interest. How can we oversee that, or is there? How can I want that casino in Rochester. I need your help, Bill.
Yeah, well, so New York's a fascinating place, right? There was a point in time where, at least on sports betting, you could see it because there's amazing technologies to be able to, people are betting on their phones now because of online and mobility. So you'd see when New York didn't have legal sports betting, in New York City, you'd see like in Hoboken and Jersey City, all of a sudden all these little pins, the little pin lights that were representing all these phones would just cross and take the PATH train over
and get a bet in
Jersey City, and so they could sit in sports bars all day and be able to legally bet on sports. And so obviously that's changed. New York's gotten sports betting.
Finally, got it right.
New York's really interesting because you got 3 downstate casino licenses that are up, and they're going to be, multi-billion-dollar.
Yeah, Jay-Z,
projects.
I believe, getting that one in Times Square. Are you in contacts? I'm sure.
Look, I don't.
He got to reach out to you,
dude. I gotta be on. I'm for everybody.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people fighting over 3.
Oh,
there are probably like 12 different groups. That are looking at, they got, one Hard Rock and Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets. They want to do a project. There's a project Times Square. There's another one kind of on the west side. And then there's one old Nassau Coliseum where that thing is. So there's a number of these things, and all of them have merit. But there's only going to be 3.
It's only going to be 3. Everybody can't get to the table.
No, everybody can't get them.
And as we're hearing Super Bowl, Las Vegas, what is it? Just a couple years ago, nothing could be done in Vegas. No betting or sports, in regards to the sports. Having teams here. What does it mean how does that impact the betting, having a team here? Of course, the Aces, but now with the Raiders and potentially a basketball team coming here, how does that affect the city, you thinking?
I think it's incredible. I think you make a great point. Like this, the leagues have kind of done a 180 on sports betting, right? Like it used to be, oh my God, we got to keep our hands as far away from sports betting as possible.
Absolutely.
All the while they knew that they're going out and broadcasting the Super Bowl or March Madness, and everybody's betting on both of them.
Right.
And so when the NFL or the seasons begin, everybody recognized that this was a great opportunity for people, and they knew that people were betting on sports, right? And I think that the league evolved. I think Adam Silver deserves a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
The NBA commissioner he wrote an op-ed in the New York Times back in 2015, said we should regulate and legalize sports betting because people have been betting on sports,
Right.
and this gives us better insight
Right.
into anybody doing something wrong. And,
Yeah,
it protects and preserves the integrity of our
Absolutely.
game. And so, look, I think for Vegas to have the Super Bowl when 25 years ago they tried to put an ad on the Super Bowl, kind of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and it got declined.
Wow.
They wouldn't air the spot, and so to see that turn from where the leagues were to having the Raiders here. I was here for the NFL draft earlier this year or last year. I mean, and now Golden Knights are here, and the A's are probably coming here, and the Aces. Yeah. Like, this is all further evidence of the mainstreaming of gaming in America, and certainly, it's a great showcase for Las Vegas, and you saw it, when you fly in and you see that sphere, and things incredible, right?
Absolutely. This is my first time in Vegas. Yeah, it's been great. Now, we've got a lot going on. Sports betting is here. It's not going anywhere. We on a Real Deal Sports Show. We do the winner's edge after every football Sunday, every preview, trying to get our fans, our picks so they can win some money. But how can our fans gamble responsibly? What are some tools that you have to allow them to be responsible?
Well, I think first and foremost, this has to be, it has to be in anybody's head. Look, this is not another job. Ain't nobody going to be able to pay their rent or pay their mortgage. Think that this is going to be a way. If you say, well, I'm going to not buy groceries, I'm going to put money in gambling. That is terrible. This is entertainment. It's no different than going out for dinner, going to a concert, other forms of entertainment. And that's the way you have to mentally think about sports betting, because there are very, very few people that can make a living in this business. Very few. And so I think you have to start off with, most importantly, set a limit. Set a budget for yourself. Just like you would for anything else, the discretionary money, right? And say, you know what, I'm going to stick to that budget. And then if you lose, don't chase losses. And if you feel like you have a problem, reach out. Because look, there has never been more attention paid by our industry to people with problems. And there's never been more money invested in, whether it's the state of New York or other places, in efforts to try and help people that have problems with gambling. So, and we know there are people that have problems with gambling. And we want to do everything that we can to make sure that, number one, that number is as small as possible because of the education that we're just talking about right now.
Absolutely.
And then two, when someone does have a problem, we give them the resources to help.
Absolutely. Now, where can they find more about the American Gaming Association, Bill?
Well, so the AmericanGaming.org is the name of our website. Got all kinds of information on the state of play of sports betting, the industry itself, all the different things that we're doing in and around responsibility. Because at the end of the day, the success of our industry is built around sustainability.
Absolutely.
And you can't sustainably grow an industry unless you're taking care of the customers and taking care of the people that enjoy the industry.
Absolutely. Bill, great conversation. Winner's Edge, check them out. So we're going to be playing this constantly, especially in the football season. Great to have you, Bill. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.